How do you conquer a fractured post-apocalyptic Japan without an army? There is a hidden clue about the new protagonist in Nippon Sangoku that reveals exactly how he's going to manipulate the entire system. And it changes everything, which means the most powerful generals are about to lose control to a complete nobody. You are watching Screen Explain. The premise establishes that nuclear war, a deadly virus, and natural disasters have completely collapsed Japanese society. Because of this, technology has regressed back to the Meiji era, and the country has violently split into three rival kingdoms, Yamato, Takeo, and Sei. Which means brute military strength and ruthless warlords are the only things controlling the surviving population. But this introduces a completely new system into the story. Awataro Misumi is going to enter the plot, and he is not a trained soldier. He is just a humble agricultural officer. Because Awataro has absolutely no physical power or military rank, this forces him to fight using a completely different method. He is going to use his vast historical knowledge and exceptional eloquence to manipulate the ongoing wars. This completely removes the advantage of raw military force, which leads to a massive shift in power because Awataro is going to start talking his way into the inner circles of the ruling elite. Because he understands political strategy better than the seasoned generals do, this allows him to plant ideas, expose weaknesses, and trigger conflicts between the three nations without ever swinging a sword. This shifts the core question of the entire show. The story is no longer about which army is the strongest or who has the most weapons. Now, the story becomes about how a genius strategist uses politics, persuasion, and deception to reunify a broken country from behind the scenes. Episode 1 is going to establish this violent new world and will likely end in one of two ways. Either Awataro successfully talks his way out of an impossible execution to prove his genius to a warlord, or he correctly predicts a devastating enemy attack, leaving the ruling elite with no choice but to follow his command. But if his only weapon is his mind and his words, what happens when the enemy stops listening and decides to just kill him instead? Subscribe to Screen Explain for more.